Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my video, and today we're going to be doing an FPV flight with this guy. This is the cheapest quad worth building. If you aren't familiar, I did a build video and a beta flight setup and a line of sight video for this so far. So the thoughts behind this build was going through Banggood and finding the cheapest parts I could that aren't completely trash, and this is where I ended up. It's about a $160 build. The price fluctuates with discounts anywhere from $150 to under $200. So it is a sub $200 build, and it performs very well if you've seen the line of sight flight. So this is going to be the FPV flight after I've tuned it up a little bit here. So real quick, running over what's on it, we have the Alpha Monster frame, 6mm arms, pretty decent, a little tight on the build, but not too bad for $30 overall. The motors are the Emax Eco 2207 1700 kV. I put some Gemfan Hurricane 5149.9 on it. The stack is a SkyStars Turbo F4 flight controller and 4-in-1 ESC stack there for about $70. It's an eSheen TX805 on there. And then I just put a FreeSky XSR in there. The camera is a Foxeer Micro Aero Pro 1.8mm lens. And for the antenna, we have a Lollipop 3 on the back here. And the battery I'm using is an R-Line V3 from Tattoo. So let's see how it flies. Alright, so here you have the cheap quads. Let's just go into the PIDs. These are the PIDs I chose after tuning it for a little bit. Basically just lowered my P gains and increased my D gains just a little bit to try and get a little lower prop wash. And then I increased the I gains to get a little stiffer feel for racing. And then I increased the feed forward to get a faster stick response since I lowered the P gains a little bit. And it flies pretty darn good. So let's just take off here. So it is a pretty cloudy day here. You can see how the Aero Pro looks. This little micro cam. In terms of that RF signal low there, this my transmitter internal module is actually burnt out. So that's why I get really bad RSI on this thing. But yeah. Do get some video noise when I'm at high throttles, but not too bad. Could probably be cleaned up by adding an extra capacitor on the video line. But let's just race it around here. Definitely is no slouch in the performance area, and as you can see, this thing flies really well. A little bit of tuning that I did, it has very little prop wash, and it also flew very well on stock beta flight. I just reduced the prop wash a little bit, but it flies pretty darn good. You could absolutely compete at a race with this. Keep in mind, this thing only costs $160, and this thing is absolutely hauling. A little tree clip there. Whoa, I almost smacked that thing into the fire pit. That would not be good. Would have been quite the durability test, though. Whoa! And now I have not calibrated the current sensor on this guy, but from what I've seen when I've been flying it today, it's actually pretty accurate out of the box. Yeah, I shouldn't go over here because my transmitter's burnt out. That's why I use Crossfire. But the current meter seems pretty accurate. I've been landing at about 1,000 milliamp hours out of this 1300 R-Line V3, which is pretty typical to my race setups that I have calibrated. So I'd say it's within 5 or 10% that it's accurate to. So battery's getting a little low here, 3.5 volts. Don't want to kill it. So let's just bring it in and land it. And we'll finish up. Alright, so here we are back after that FPV flight, and definitely very surprised with this guy, as I was with the line of sight. It just has a surprising amount of power, and now after flying at FPV and just hooking around turns with those trees, it just flies really well. For only $160-ish, it is definitely a quad to be reckoned with. You could definitely win a lot of races with this guy. And if you bump it up to the 1900 kV with a lower pitched prop, you could probably really compete with this thing. You don't need the most expensive gear to compete. Smart Auto worked perfectly fine, hooked right up on the UART. And if you want to see how I built this quad and set it up in Betaflight, I'll leave all those links down below. Pretty much the full series for this thing. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. Now, since I'm completely done with this guy, I'm actually going to be giving it away to one of my patrons on Discord in a couple days here. So if you're interested in winning this quad as it's fully set up here, I'll leave a link in the description to my Patreon and get you added to the Discord if you want to enter that. I'll be doing giveaways every month. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Links in the description to all the parts if you wish to build your own. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.